kindergarten skippers. I am about to read a book that I am super excited about, and I'll tell you why I'm super excited about it. I know the author and I know the illustrator. I know the person that wrote this book, and I know the person that drew the pictures. It's a mother and daughter pair. So I'm super excited to read this. It's called Sand on the Beach. How many of you went to the beach? I bet a lot of you did. And just living right by the beach is kind of nice. So this is called Sand on the Beach. I hope you enjoy it. Oh, I need to show you the picture of my friends that I know. That's the mother and daughter. The sand on the beach, the warm white powdery sand, the hot yellow grainy sand. The hot sand that my heels sink into when I walk, that burns my sinking feet and makes me run. The hot, burning heel sinking sand that makes it difficult to run. Ow, 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 ow. Oh boy, I can relate. I love the picture of the feet. It just can tell how hot it is. I can relate to that. How many of you went running on the beach and going ow, 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 ow because the sand was so hot? I have. The cooler sand that I bury my toes in, the cool underlining sand that soothes my burning feet. The wet, hard sand by the water that turns white when I step, that resists my digging toes and escapes my feet when the waves brush over and pull back. Whoosh! I just love the illustrations, and just looking at the water and the cool sand make my feet feel much better. The sand that gets trapped under my feet, resisting the brushing waves that I slowly begin to sink into, and that has now trapped my feet. The semi-wet sand, where I fill my bucket, and on which I build a sand castle. How many of you have built a sand castle before with the wet sand that can stick together really good? On which someone kicks over my castle, on which the waves destroy my castle, on which there is now a moat around my melted castle. The comforting sand, the soft warm sand, I lie in the sun, and that is actually a smooth cozy blanket that cracks apart when I move. How many of you have been buried in the sand before? Somebody putting sand on top of you. I was buried in the sand all the way up to here when I was a kid. The fluffy, cozy sand that I can also make a sand angel, and in the fun sand, the ear-tingly, clingy sand that won't brush off easily, that sticks to my wet shorts, and that scratches my sunburned skin. Ouch! Oh yes, I've had that sand before too. That crab's not looking really happy. Look at the sand angel. The drifting sand that floats on the breeze, whee, that blows into my eyes, gets tangled in my hair, and crunches between my teeth. That sand that is not my friend. No, I don't like that kind of sand either. When you get sand in your teeth and all of a sudden you hear crunch, crunch. Not a fun way to have sand in your mouth. The playful sand that hides treasures for me to find, that has buried seashells and our car keys, and that I've seen the crabs crawling in. The sand that is my friend, that loves me and won't leave, that friendly, loving sand I discover weeks later in the trunk of our car. Oh yes, I've had sand falling out of my trunk before because of my kids after going to the beach. The sand that creates memories and holds special times that I always return to. There's the crab going back to the beach. And that I love. And there's the crab going back to the sand. The sand that is forever. See how they wrote sand, the word sand in the sand. Sand on the beach. Now, I want you to draw a picture about a time that you were on the beach. And tell me how the sand felt to you, and tell me what you did at the beach. So I cannot wait to see these pictures. Make sure you have your parents upload it on your portfolio in Class Dojo. Alright, so draw a picture about a time that you were on the beach. Have fun!